What?
Ooh.
In the spirit of Halloween, we are in the scary corner.
Scary.
Exactly.
It's like what's it? You're entering now the Twilight Zone or something like that.
You're
You're entering.
Or we call it the scary corner. And today we're tackling the thing from 1980. Those.
Yeah, John Carpenter. The Thing.
I wasn't even born yet.
The many things.
Many things.
So let's kick it off with our awesome co-host. We've been rearranged. Woo! It's like what's it called? Pick up. What's it? Family Square or something like that.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
And then it was a square in the middle.
The squares in the middle.
Anyways, let's kick it off with our co-host. Get up for our favorite cousin Neil.
Hello.
Ba-ba-bum.
Just drinking over
Pew,
here.
pew.
Pew, pew,
Thinking about
pew.
life.
Also, give it up for the no-face bass. Mr.
What up,
Arnold
what up?
himself, Basshead Steven.
Ooh.
Oh.
Flex harder.
And also give it up for a world-renowned Star Fox player. Give it up for the no hitcher match. What? Hitman.
Yay. Before the show, he was shirtless. Now he has a shirt on.
Yeah, because he hoped out for a minute.
Because
He's
my
like,
clothing
"Grr,
is shredded.
I am alien zombie. So, first impressions on the película, starting with Cousin Neil.
The Thing. Oh man, it's watching it at a young age and seeing the creature design freaked me out. So gooey and nasty, and yeah, stuff like that, like it lives with you. You get older. No, not in a bad way, in a good way. It's like just, especially when you're learning how they do that kind of stuff.
With the animatronics at the time.
Yeah, and all that stuff. Crazy. But yeah, love the movie. Great premise. Just awesome.
How about you, Basshead?
Ooh, movie gave me nightmares for a while, bro. I would look at my dog and I would just get scared. Get, PTSD. It's pretty bad, but I loved it.
PTS Alien?
Yeah. Never
How about
again.
you, Hitman?
Like, I don't know why everyone's so afraid of him. Ben Grimm, he's lovable, huggable. I mean, sure, he's made of stone, but he has a heart of gold.
What about his multi-trench coats that he wears throughout the comics?
Hey, he has rainbow power now. He's unbeatable.
Rainbow ponies, rainbow. For me, I actually love the tension and the madness of it. Because once you think you have it figured out, it turns on its head. And you're like, what the heck is going on?
It pretty much created that stereotype too, the which one do I shoot type thing.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I bet one of us is the Thing.
I have a thing.
Oh,
Let's shoot it.
but it's Hitman. I don't trust Hitman.
Whoa.
The head goes.
Hitman. Yeah. Say we test Hitman. Hitman, take your shirt off. Let's see.
Hey, you got to do the blood test.
He's just undressing everybody today.
So I would like to get out special shout outs to 4 people who bought our shirts.
Hey.
Remember, guys, our merch is up. Hitman and the Zombie t-shirt. Low price of $12 could be yours. Like his. I'd like to shout out Rafa, Alex, Richard, and not Miguel Sanchez, not yet, but he's coming.
Dang, I was about to say something. It was on the tip of my tongue. Waiting for Miguel's chest.
And Miguel, but not that Miguel, some other Miguel. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. And like I said, whatever you guys spend on buying these shirts is going to go right back into the channel. And we'll do contests. We're going to do a contest for Halloween, of course. You know, it's my month. My ghoulie month. So we're deciding how we're going to do it. But yeah, keep an eye out and follow us on all our platforms. On Instagram, The Hitman and the Zombie Show, of course.
Don't follow me on platforms. I'm so clumsy when I wear those things.
Just trying to stay alive.
That the old Spice Girl platform shoes.
What you say? How does it go?
Oh, you can't sing it, man. You're way past staying alive.
So, hey guys, thank you for supporting the show. I mean, like I said, and the World Cup is getting closer and closer, and that's going to be an awesome giveaway box. So, please help us get to 50 subscribers. We're one away. So, like I said, thank you for supporting the channel, and we love you guys. All 5 of you. I know. So too, I'm working on the link for you guys could, do pick and click and Pikachu it. How about we get into a little retrospective? Retrospective. The year is 1982. When I was reading these facts, I'm like, oh, cool, because I didn't know because I wasn't born. Where were you born, Hitman?
6 years after that.
How about you, Bass?
10 years after that.
Myself.
10 years after that.
Yeah.
I forgot that you're young. How about you, Cousin Neil?
Back in my day. 82? Oh, 5 years.
That was 4 years. So who's older? Anyways.
The thing.
The thing is older.
The thing is
old.
So what number one movie you think it was during that era?
Blockbuster, Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters, that's a good guess.
Not Blockbusters.
Blockbusters. How about you, cousin? What do you think was the number one movie at the time?
Shoot, 82? Number one. Aliens. I don't even know if that one came out yet. But.
That came out right before The Thing, and I think it probably was because that's why The Thing tanked.
It did tank.
Was it? Well, I know Alien came out first. I was saying Aliens.
You're in the close vicinity of what it is.
Close?
Base, what do you think it is?
I don't know. I can't think of anything else besides Alien, like he said.
Oh,
Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah. Ooh. It was. Oh, yeah. Best video game ever. Freaking E.T.
E.T. Phone Home.
E.T. was number one.
Wow.
Followed by Indiana Jones.
I was way off. Aliens didn't come out till 1986. I was way off.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. You're same vicinity. There's an alien. There's another name for an alien. So,
yeah.
Followed by Rocky 3 on number 3.
Oh, really? Rocky 3?
Shit, it was already on 3.
Damn, when did Rocky come out? When did the first Rocky come out?
70s, I think.
God damn. What about RoboCop?
Mm-hmm. And then Golden Pond coming in at number 46 is The Thing.
46.
What's 45? You know?
Let me check.
Adrian.
I think Rocky was 76.
So below The Thing is Modern Problems, and on top of it is Ghost Stories.
Ghost Stories? What is that? What is that?
And then you got Blade Runner at 29.
Wait, that was the year of Blade Runner?
Yeah.
Wow.
Blade Runner.
And then you got Tron in there too.
I'm horrible when it comes to
Tron. Damn, another Kurt Russell.
And then you got the Sorcerer's Stone, Annie, and so on and so forth. And then you got top 10 is a Poltergeist. So that was a
Poltergeist.
summer of good knockers, man.
Yeah.
I mean, good blockbusters.
No, you're right.
Oh yeah, nice.
Well,
knockers.
surprisingly, a lot of these, like The Thing, it didn't do so well. But also, Blade Runner.
It was one of those that like it achieved cult status
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was close to
much
this.
later after the fact, and I think a good part of that is like the dedication to the story and the characters and the craft that everyone involved maintained. Like it lasted beyond. There were comics and stories and remakes and whatever else. Like there was still some love after that because there was so much mystery and enigma surrounding it, and we never really got answers, but they continued.
Left it on a
Yeah.
cliffhanger, man.
Yeah, but they answered that a little bit later. It gets
Yeah,
weird.
they did. So it's funny in this one, there's supposed to be a woman playing McGrady, but before she started shooting, she got pregnant, so they booted her out and they got replaced.
And they gave her wig to Kurt Russell.
They gave it to Kurt Russell.
I didn't know that.
He was pregnant at the time too.
Did they say who was the female actress? That's
They didn't went into detail, but there was supposed to be a woman because there was an original it was in 1951.
yeah.
So in that one there was a woman, but in this one they skipped. In the 2011 version, there is a woman main character.
Oh yeah. I actually never saw that movie, but did any of you guys see it?
Yeah, it's pretty
I
creepy.
mean, saw this.
Yeah, I actually watched it for the first time too, but then I proceeded to watch, and it ended. Where do you think it ended? It was a prequel.
What?
What do you mean?
The remake or whatever, the 2011 version.
Well, I know it's like a prequel, like an hour before or whatever. But I'm just wondering,
Yeah.
if it was good. I mean,
The effects
Yeah,
were
it was pretty good.
cool.
Yeah.
It was like the same effects but updated slightly. And it ended with them chasing the dog.
well, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And then like the guy jumps out and he's like a rambling lunatic, but at the end of the movie he's just like a normal dude. Like, I gotta kill this monster.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead. That's the actress.
And also too, what was I gonna say?
She was that was the girl from Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. The main girl.
Oh really?
Yeah, the girlfriend. Well, who Scott wants to date.
And also too, in an interview with John Carpenter, they made a video game of it, right?
I did see that. I never played it though.
So the game is canon.
Hey, is it? That's
Ooh.
cool.
At the end, when we get to the end, I'll explain what he revealed
Oh,
in the
okay.
game. So when we get to the end, I'll disclose what happens.
All right. That's cool. When did the game come out?
The game, I really don't have notes on it.
I can look it up real quick. The Thing.
The Thing game.
Oh, 2002?
Right around where everybody or like the Resident Evil movies were dropping.
Yeah, maybe that's
all
why.
that survival horror.
You know what? I remember seeing people with. I remember seeing this at like GameStop and stuff. Like, I never played, but I remember the box art and stuff. Like, oh, that's the thing. That's cool. Man. I wonder if it was any good.
And also in that year, 1982, Michael Jackson released Thriller.
Oh wow!
As a release, it became the biggest selling album of all time. All time.
And now they play like one of his songs.
Yeah.
That's about it.
After that documentary, man, fucked a lot of things up. All allegedly.
What's that song he sang in what's the Free Willy song? I remember that. That was like my
Fly.
yeah. How's it go?
It's called Willie Jean. Willie Jean is not my lover.
Willie Jean.
We got all these spam comments. Gotta put
But
a
will
filter.
you be there?
I mean, spam is pretty good. I could talk about it.
No, not this one. This is an adult spam. We don't want to promote in our channel.
Hey
I
man,
like
single
I
ladies
do like
ain't
spam
regular.
too.
Behind the scenes. Behind the scenes.
There we go. What is the number one song you think? The
Thriller.
19 No, that's the number one album. No, it's not. Has to do with something you do to someone else.
Hmm.
There's a lot of things you can do to someone else.
Whip it.
It's in the same vicinity.
Wow.
Bop it.
You're getting
Twist
close.
it. Turn it.
Oh shit! Is it beat it? Oh my lord! It's beat.
Does it beat it? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, getting there.
I'm gonna say it has something to do to yourself, not really somebody else.
Yeah.
It starts
I'm
with
out.
It starts with a P.
Pete it?
And shit.
Let me put something in front of it. Let's
Let's
party.
get physical. Physical.
Physical.
Oh my! Rest in peace to Olivia Newton-John.
there you go.
Oh, that was her
wow.
song? Oh,
That's
shit.
the number
Yeah.
one song.
What a coincidence.
Was that her? Really?
Yeah, that was her. Yeah.
Number
Yeah,
two
we-
is Eye of the Tiger.
Oh yeah, Rocky 3.
3 is I Love Rock and Roll. 4 is Ebony Ivory, and number 5 is Centerfold. So that's the top 5.
Damn, what a coincidence, huh?
Yeah.
We predicted her death.
Oh my goodness. That is our small but interesting retrospect of 1982. If you guys want to check out our retrospects between 1990, was it 6, 5, and 80s? Go check out our other reviews on Mortal Kombat and
Mortal
and
Kombat.
other things. We're doing a time period capsule, I guess.
Time capsule.
Time capsule.
Man, that's one thing. Like when people ask what your favorite era of media, like movies, music, whatever is, it's like it's now because you can access every previous era now. Like in the 90s, you couldn't go back to. Well, I guess you could, but it was a lot harder. And you have everything up till now. You know, like
Yeah.
always gonna be now. You can
You
always get
gotta,
everything.
you gotta ask your mom. Can you buy me this CD with the parental advisory sticker? I'm too young.
Please.
What's on this record, son? Oh, come on, man. Nothing. It's pop music.
Don't play it backwards.
I love you.
Now freaking the Beatles in. Turn me on, dead man.
You put I love you from Barney and put it backwards is I love you.
Disturbing
Spare
enough.
the blood of the innocent.
God almighty. And with that, we get into our thing review. Wasn't it a little cool seeing the CGI effect of a flying UFO coming at you? Like, whoa,
Oh yeah.
whoa.
I thought I was really there.
Holy mackerel.
I was like, whoa, I had a duck for a moment. Like, what's that?
You know, there are some things, yes, in the movie that did not age well. That's probably one of them.
No, based on the UFO goes right through your face.
And a
Oh,
baby.
my
There it is right there.
There it is.
That sounds pretty real.
Yeah, it sounded real.
Can you pick that up?
Mm-mm.
You can't hear it?
Nope, not at all.
Okay.
Wink.
Oh my
It's a
goodness.
little alien passing
It's okay.
by.
It's
Yeah,
okay,
it's
though.
a little.
It's okay. Keep going.
So we see the little UFO just go around the corner and just disappears. We're instantly intrigued. It's like, is that ET? And then all of a sudden we hear this laser like Mortal Kombat sound effects, and it's the thing logo. And then after that, we hear that boom, 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 like a low ass bass. You're like, oh, what's going on? And it's just focusing in these mountains for a long ass time, like 10 minutes worth of just still shot of a mountain covered snow. You're like, okay, what's happening?
It was a still shot.
This is still shot on repeat. It's like, all right, you gotta kill some film.
Low budget film.
They went into the archives and I see what we got. And all of a sudden, after that, we see a helicopter just like, and the dog's like running. And like, dude, can you just use your scope, dude? I mean, are you a good shot?
You just see Sarah Palin shooting at it.
And like, we were shooting at a wolf/dog thing, and she's going in circles. And he's
Yeah, they
still
were like
missing.
directly overhead of it.
Dude, shooting Bolto, man.
Dude, the dog looked like he was having the best time of his life. He was just enjoying it out there. He just running.
Come catch me.
He's like, you can see his smiling face with his tongue out like that. It's like, come on, man. It felt like those app games, man, with the little helicopter. You had to kill the zombies. You know, the little ads that come out. Man, so he's trying to aim at this dog/wolf for some reason. So he keeps missing. Cling, 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 cling. And they do flyovers.
Well, when I first saw it and he was shooting and he was missing a lot, my first impression wasn't that he was trying to, well, the first shot I thought he was trying to kill it, but he kept missing. So I thought he was just trying to guide the dog somewhere. At least that's what I thought.
We forgot to establish where we are. We are in Antarctica, winter 1982.
Although they did film this, I believe, in Canada.
It was very cold.
So he's trying to shoot this dog. This dog having a great time. I guess he doesn't know how to use the scope or anything, or there's no POV invented at that time of a little scope aiming.
Nope.
So this guy is mean, and then we go in and we see our cast and crew. We're like, everybody's like, who? What the hell? Like, who's that? We meet McGrady, Dr. Blair, Childs, Palmer, Windows, and other people that long list.
Yeah,
names.
what about that guy Fuchs? That guy.
Yeah, Fuchs. And the guy with the curly hair, right? That was him?
No, that was Palmer.
The radio guy?
Yeah, I think that was Palmer, right? Radio guy's Palmer.
That's what I'm saying. Look, I also found out like there was a T version. There's a TV version of the movie that got released explaining who, what, where, who they were. And John Carpenter didn't like it, so he's like, I disown that movie.
Wait. There was a TV version? Oh,
Yes.
like it's edited? But
edited explaining who the people were. Because right here, we just go right into it. Like, we didn't explain who the hell this is.
Well, that's interesting. Usually it's
It's
there's
hard-
a TV
it's-
version, they cut stuff out, for
Yeah.
time.
So I was like, okay, who's this guy? I had to be reading the subtitles to be like, oh, okay, that guy, and that guy.
Gotcha.
After a while, it just gets, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tumbled and stuff. So we meet these guys who are inside this, what's it called? It's called United States National Science Institute Station Quattro. So there's probably 3 more out there. So they're like, what's going on? So they go outside and this guy grabs the gun. I don't know, one of the doctors. He's like, he's trying to shoot us, man. And all of a sudden, this guy gets off, right? The dog everybody's out, and the dog goes into one of his legs trying to hump it. The other guy didn't even say anything to get out of the way. He just starts shooting at them too, like trying to get the dog in. He ends up wounding one of them. I mean, that happens before, right? When he's gonna throw a bomb, like he's throwing bombs now because
He was like, what I thought though with that part was that the dog came up and licked him.
okay.
So the guy's like,
Mouth-
oh
mouth
shit,
to
he's
mouth.
like contaminated. Yeah.
Mouth to mouth.
Okay, I will say this movie has traumatized me. Whenever I see people licking their dogs, or seeing that mouth to mouth, like, I'm like, oh no, no.
Yeah, well, also it's gross, but he probably just thought that like he probably thought the dog contaminated him or something. So he's like, I'm gonna pop this dude too, or he was just really panicked and that's why he threw a grenade behind himself.
Bury the evidence. Nobody's getting off this helicopter. So this guy gets off, right? And then he's like, oh, he gets the bomb. He goes like this, and it freaking slips out of his hand.
Wait, hold on a second.
Yes.
What did he? Was that an accident when he threw the grenade at the helicopter?
Yeah, it looked like it slipped out of his hand when he did it.
Or was it, as Hitman said, wants to make sure nobody leaves? You know.
But then when the next thing we see a helicopter there too, so
Yeah, well.
where the fuck did that one? Anyways, we'll get to that part.
Yeah.
So it was him and his crew, and he throws the grenade. He's like, whoop! He busted a fake pump, and it slips out of his hand. He's like, oh no, he's trying to dig it out. But by that time, it was boom, boom. So he blows up his own helicopter and the guy. What was that?
He fragged himself.
Yeah, he fragged himself.
So everybody's like, oh my God, what's going on? And that's when he gets up and starts shooting at them. And then the doctor shoots then was it Norwegian? He's a Norwegian guy, right?
Yeah, Norwegian guy. I believe that was Gary, right? It was Gary.
I think so.
I shoot so. Yeah.
How you feel about that scene? Like you went into looking at it, like what's going on? Like going into it, like you know what it is, or not really.
Well,
I mean, for us, yeah, we know, but
yeah, but back
then,
I didn't know. I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, first time watching it. Yeah,
first time watching, I had no idea. I didn't think the dog. I thought like, what is going on?
I know.
I think my first impression was probably one of them mentioned like, oh, cabin fever, like maybe those guys were going crazy, you know? And those guys were the aliens or monsters or whatever at the time. I'm pretty sure that was my thinking process at the time.
Who among us didn't start shooting at dogs after 2 years in Corona?
I know, right?
This man's best friend.
Little dog will be like, you know what?
Yeah.
So then they go back inside, like, man, that fool was crazy as a fuck, and they get the dog, like, put him in the kennel. Oh no, they didn't put him in the kennel yet. They just have him like wandering around.
Yeah, because he meets a new friend.
So they go inside the radio guy. Is like, oh, I've been trying to reach people, but nobody's answering. And he's like, well, try again. Try harder. This is danger. Call blah, blah, blah. And they're like, okay, we're trying. And then after that, like, well, we got to go check on the Norwegian people. Right?
Yep.
So him, McGrady, and the other two people, I guess, other doc, or one doc, two docs, three docs, four. They're like, it's gonna be windy as fuck. Like we don't want to go on the helicopter. Like, no, it's gonna be a fine. So McGrady's like, you're the pilot, you decide. They're like, all right, let's go. Fuck it, whatever. I don't care for my life.
Pilot McGrady.
Sound like one of those 99 cents dollar menu items.
Would you like with cheese? Double McGrady with cheese.
Big McGrady.
And I believe there's a shot when they're going to the helicopter. We actually see the dog watching.
Yeah, like
right?
Staring at him.
You hear the sound, and then it pans to it, like. Ding, ding,
and if I remember, I think when I saw that, you know, that told me like, okay, this dog knows something. I didn't suspect the dog. I never did until it happens, you know. But I always thought maybe the dog knows something we don't. He's very, you know, maybe those guys are. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, because like if it pans into the dog, and then the dog gets up and it goes to one of the people. He's by himself, and then it fades to black, and then you see him like flying over the helicopter. What's up, two people watching us? Talking about the thing.
Yep.
The thing.
The thing. I put the thing down. So of course they go to the Norwegian facility, and then they see it like it's all destroyed, like burned up. They're like, what the fuck happened here? Type of thing. So they went in there and they're like, Doc, what is this? And you see like a mutated face, double face person like that. Like, right? Well, I'm gonna tell
Right.
you all
Oh
the
my
stuff.
goodness! And you see the blood, right, frozen.
This was during the AIDS epidemic, so they just assumed it was AIDS.
Nope.
They're like, oh, they were just the gays.
Magic Johnson was here.
Oh
Oh
my
my
god.
Oh, 80s.
Oh, 80s.
So he goes to the outpost, and he's like, and McGrady goes all the way to the back, and then this doctor's like, look, he found the tapes he had to return to Blockbuster, so he's putting them in his bag. It's like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm recuperating the Blockbuster tapes. And then he puts them in his note sack, and he's like, all right, come here. And then you see like a giant pool of it looked like a something, right? Like a
Yeah, giant block
Yeah,
of ice.
giant block of ice.
Yeah.
And they're like, they got shocked. They're like, what is this? Like, I don't know. Whatever. So they took that thing back to their home base. Will you take that thing back to your base, or you kill it right there?
I'll leave the thing there. I had
What do you
to
do?
leave it there.
I mean, if I was there and I was them, yeah, probably. Because you have no idea. They're scientists, so that's their curiosity is like instinct, right? So
They're killing the gatos.
and to them it looks dead.
Yeah.
It looks dead.
I'll fucking burn it or something.
I mean, look at them. They're cutting into it like, oh, some organs. Oh, like, they don't give a shit, dude. They just want to poke in it. And see
Curiosity.
what it is. Yeah.
What happens if I poke it? Yeah. So
So after that, they bring it back, and they're like, Mac, what is this? Like, I have no idea, man. Some creepy ass shit. So yeah, so they're he gets mad because they tell him, hey, how come the dog is not with the rest of them? And then there's like, you've been letting the dog roam around. He's like, yeah. He's like, fuck, put him away. He's like, okay. So the dog guy who loves the dogs puts him in the kennel, and the other dogs are now you guys behave. They're all going ape shit and shit.
them other dogs knew, man. They knew.
Clark, that's the dog guy. Clark.
Bork.
Yeah,
Clark.
Clark.
And then after that, you start seeing the other dogs are freaking out. They're like, what's with the racket? And then like, I don't know. And then you see the dog just go.
Boom.
Damn.
That was a surprise. I was like, oh
Yeah.
my.
Like,
I was like, oh
Balls out
my.
with it. It was just
Oh,
right there.
my. Yeah.
And we're not like hiding it in the shadows or anything. It was just like, bam, right there.
right in the middle. Then you hear the like ungodly scream, like.
Man, those
It's crazy
poor
how
boys.
they train those dogs, right? Trying to like bite its way out through the wire and stuff, trying to escape. Crazy.
That's.
Very high paid actor right there.
Very high paid.
And then you see the dogs are like trying to run away, but the thing's launching like little, I don't know, acid thing at one of the dogs, and then was wrapping it around.
Oh yeah.
CGI revealed those were just spaghetti noodles behind the scenes.
Spaghetti noodles behind us.
So they're like, what the hell is going on? Like, I don't know. And then they go back. And he goes, hey, Mac, what? Bring the flamethrower. And then that's where you see the dog like sprout like freaking spider legs and stuff. Like
Oh,
The
my.
transformation.
that point, I was like, what the fuck am I?
Crazy.
Imagine
I
walking
just
home
bugged
to your
out.
dog and that happens. Just
Oh,
strolling along, you know.
It's just like going like this, and dogs are like, one of the dogs biting at the fence, trying to get out of it. It's like, get me out of here, get me out of here.
That dog ain't right.
He's like trying to bite the damn thing. I feel sorry for them, dude. I was like, oh, the doggos.
Hey, a couple of them got away.
Oh, when they open the door,
Yeah, when they finally
they're
did.
bum rushing him. Get out of here. He's like, he opens it like, what is that shit? And you hear that, and you see him. He's like, oh my god, the reaction. Manages to close the door. They come in. It's like, what's wrong? This dog ain't right, man. This dog ain't right.
He's like, remember when you fed him kibbles and bits? That one ate the bits.
He's like, light him up. He's like, no, okay.
Oh, you know you're in for a good time when they bust out the flamethrower.
Although I remember when I watched it, and I was like, flamethrower. The other thing, why would they have a flamethrower? Like, oh, okay, I guess
science!
to melt the for some melting the ice. I guess it was pretty cool. They got flamethrowers. Yeesh.
I don't know. So after that, they light him up, and
It
then
was Chides, right, with the flamethrower. Young
yeah.
Keith David.
Fouls.
Yeah, young Keith David, man.
So at this point, they took the sample, that dog, and they start cutting into it, and then he opens one of the thing. You see its face, and then that's where the dog is. Then the doctor reveals that it's like a symbiote. Like it could take anybody's form. They start after that, like it says like the symbiosis,
What's
and
crazy?
after that they yeah, go ahead.
It's like looking back and how they made this stuff. When they had to make that creature, they had to put it in layers. So when the actors open it up to reveal it and stuff, it's just great craftsmanship. They're making these creatures.
Yeah,
OG
it was
special
cool
effects.
model.
OG special effects.
It was cool modeling puppets and all that. And that is saying when they were doing they're watching the tapes, and then they reveal like the new region people actually found the spaceship, and they try to what's it called? They use detonations to break it open.
Good old fashioned dynamite.
So the Mac is like, look, they're using what he said, C4, D4, or something like that. They're using grade A dynamite to unbury it. And they say that they're trying to take it out of the ice. And then after that they're like, where were they digging at? And they're like, oh, they're digging in this location. And he's like, oh, we gotta go. So you have a map? Convenient. Convenience is right here. So of course the adventurers that they are, they go to that red dot in the map. Stupid thing. But yeah, man, they go, and they went to find it, and they find out that the hatch is open, and the thing escaped.
Oh no.
Natch.
I will say, I thought for a minute they were actually going to go into the ship. I remember watching it. I'm like, they didn't go in. All right, it's fine.
They didn't go in, right?
Well, not that I remember.
Say they were.
There's a deleted scene. Unless I missed that.
They went to the spaceship where it was, and they found a big ass crater, and then they found out the hatch was open, and then they're saying that it must have froze getting out, and then it thawed out. Like they found the alien, and then they brought it. The Norwegian people brought it over there, and then that's where chaos starts ensuing.
The chaos.
The chaos. And then that's when they came up with the test of the blood samples, right?
I believe so. That was after, yeah.
After they already had him in isolation is when they suggested it.
Wait, did Blair go crazy yet?
No, not yet.
It had to have been. So it was before that. Because he was in isolation when they told McReady about it.
Oh.
Yeah, and then yeah, because they were saying that they were testing the blood samples, and that's when they saw that it was eating the other blood cells.
Oh yeah. Okay, so Blair does his little computer.
Yeah, computer training.
It looks like an arcade. It looks like Space Invaders. Yeah, then he goes insane, right?
And then people watching, everyone in the theater is like, "Whoa, technology! Amazing!"
Busted out the Atari. Go on.
So what happened is after that they decided to move all the creatures to the bunkyard, to the facility, to the storage room, to make sure like none of them. So they were taking their samples, and then all of a sudden one of the creatures you start seeing like it's melting,
Yeah. I see some slight movement.
and then it's
Oh,
like,
no.
what's going on? And then he leaves, and then one of the creatures gets Benny.
Benny,
Then
my
he-
boy.
That was crazy how I had the tentacles around him.
Oh, yeah.
Benny's like,
Get a quick shot of showing them. Yeah. It's crazy.
and it was that thing freaked me out. Like honestly, like I was like, what the hell? That thing disturbed me. That scene.
But one thing you also heard, was it Palmer? It was Palmer, right? Who discovered him? You heard
Yeah.
him drop the keys that he got from what was the other, the general or whatever. He dropped the keys right there, and those were to the blood samples. And we later learned that the blood samples were like messed with. So that's where
right. Yeah.
he got a hold of the keys.
Ah, I didn't notice
Oh.
that.
Little side note: when Blair went nuts and he was like attacking the motor, like he destroyed like 2 gigabytes worth of data. It's like it's just funny. It's like a micro SD now. It was like whole ass room back then. Anyway,
So that creature takes the form of Benny, and then it starts running out, and they're like after him, and they light that fool up. So everybody.
Oh, he does his scream. He does his little.
Oh yeah.
and it's like I know Benny my whole life. He always does that scream.
That's his war cry.
His war cry.
So yeah, they light him up. So they decide to do a pool of gasoline and burn all the creatures all together. So they burn them all, and he goes, "All right, it's cool. We're good to go." And that's when the lights go off, and they're like, where's what? Right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. They had the flamethrower though. They had light.
Yeah, everybody got flares.
The flares.
Yeah, because after that, like somebody goes crazy, and they start destroying the helicopter, and then they destroy the the generators and stuff.
Any
Because
means
the
of survival.
Yeah, that goes off. It just, and then they're like, "What the hell's going on?" Like after this person, and then and and then after that they go.
At that point, I realized that this was Among Us.
Yeah.
This movie was
Among
Among Us. I didn't know they made a movie based on that game. It's really cool.
Yeah. Among Us
So
has been
the-
around for a while.
Among Us was ahead of its time.
I was doing tasks.
So
Swear.
it was one of the doctors that was going nuts, and they ended up locking him into the storage facility. I mean the shed where all
Yeah.
the tools are.
Yeah, Blair.
He's like, "We gotta go."
And then he
Yeah,
ended up being
crazy.
the Blair Witch much later.
Oh. And then he said that he went crazy and he killed all the dogs. And then the guy who loves the dogs went, "You motherfucker, kill my dogs!
You kill my wow.
You kill my dog." That made me sad. If we see the dog with the axe, just
Oh, yeah. Messed up.
Well, remember the other one when they were like breaking into the cage? They popped him in the chest. It was just a
Oh, yeah.
So much
I'm going to guess John Carpenter was a cat person.
It's
Not much of a dog person.
So they locked him up, and then the doctor saying, "Watch Clark, watch Clark." And Clark is like, "What are you watching me for? What did I do?" And then that's what they came up with a sample, like use a test, a blood sample using this blood samples, the bloods, to get it all the bloods. Okay.
so the blood test. They have to hold up their hands in a certain way. That's it.
Oh, yeah, what was the test? The original test? Was it they were gonna take
No, the thing was
uncontaminated
that
blood?
the original was like, oh yeah, like we're gonna do a blood test, but they're saying, all right, we already have donated blood bags. It's in
Right.
the safe, and they go in there and all the blood is drained out the bags. Like you did this. Like no, you did that. Like you had the keys. Who had the keys?
Nobody. They fell.
Yeah. So after that, they're panicking. So there's like, no, you're the monster, and then you see Gary runs to the break the glass when monsters are near. It's funny how they have like all the ammunition and everything just like right there.
I think that was Palmer, right?
It's Palmer or Gary because he's freaking
Gary,
out.
Gary was the one with the. He already had a gun. He's
It
the
was
one that
Palmer.
was. Yeah, Palmer went to go because he didn't trust anybody once he knew what was going on, and he went to try to grab a shotgun.
Yeah, he's the one who said to. Oh no, that was Fuchs. I'm thinking that guy Fuchs. He's talking about eating your own individual canned foods.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And then they're saying, all right, we got to vote for a new leader. And they go outside and have a quick meeting. And then they choose McGrady to be the new leader. Because everybody was going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Briefly.
And then as the lights go off and enough with the lights going on and off, man.
Yeah, it was a horror video game. Man.
Yeah, man. Everyone knows that's when you take the thing out. Is when the lights
Pull
push
your
judgment
thing out.
that way.
At this point, like, how you feeling about like what all this confusion, all this? Who do you think it is, or whatnot?
I was suspecting everybody. I even was suspecting Kurt Russell for some reason. I thought that the movie would throw a bone and kind of thing. Yeah, honestly, I didn't know who was who. You know, and I started wondering like, what's the extent that this thing can replicate someone? Can they replicate the memories? Can they replicate, you know, everything? So it's very interesting. Very interesting.
I thought it, base. What do you think? How you?
Um,
How?
I thought it was Kurt Russell, man. Honestly, because like he just took the lead and everything, and it's just he felt so confident. So I was like, he must know something, you know. That's the way I felt. He's probably the thing. He's just like slowly killing everybody.
Oh, I know.
Plot
right?
twist.
Plot twist.
So they reveal that that this monster takes you in the dark and by yourself.
I knew it couldn't be him because he was a raging alcoholic. Never the alcoholics.
So yeah, so that guy goes outside, right? I'm sorry, I'm bad with names. Because he hears one of the guys, I guess, is doing recons outside because the lights go out and then they see somebody moving in the shadows. And then he gets trapped outside by himself. He's like, hello, hello.
Casual.
Oh,
Fuchs?
yeah, Fuchs. It was him.
Yeah, it was Fuchs. Finally, Fuchs came on.
Yeah.
So if Fuchs is like picks it up, he's like, what is this? And but we don't know.
Well, yeah, we're not sure if he killed himself or he tried to kill it or it was an accident or.
Well, what he picked up was McCready's torn up uniform, right?
Ah, yeah. That's right.
Yeah, so he's like, so everyone's like at that point, like, oh, dude, McCready's the alien. We already know he's the ET because that's what they like in the previous scene. They were like, yeah, he tears up their clothes.
Yeah.
The alien's a freaking.
Someone's running out there naked.
Yeah.
So after that, they're looking for Fuse. They go back to the guy with the shed. He's like, have you seen Fuse? You gotta let me in, bro. Like, no, you're crazy. Like, no, come on, let me back in. I'm cold. I'm freezing. I can't eat this can of beans no more. So, like, sit tight and be quiet. He's like, I refuse. And he closes the damn thingy. And he goes, I'm going to go check my other outpost. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, when I left it, the lights were off, and they look, the lights are on.
Mm.
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun,
So-
dun.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm all over the place.
And then he
Hey,
goes,
in our face.
Alexa, turn the lights off.
There he is.
Oh shoot! So that's when what's it called? McGrady tells Childs like if someone comes around here and we're not with them, shoot them. Right? Well, that's
Very bold. Yes.
where
I think that was after
Yeah, he says it
the
at the
test. They have to do the test first.
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
All good.
Got them.
So what happens, guys? After that,
They go out
then-
there and
Mr. Experts, come on,
Pop quiz.
pop quiz. What happens here?
Well, McCready and Knowles, I believe, they go out to his shack or whatever. But only Knowles comes back because he suspected McCready or something. So he cut him loose, and it was already freezing outside. So then they all, I guess McCready gets in though, right? And he has like a stick of dynamite, I believe, and he's like, back off, because they all think it's him. And he's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna blow us, I'm gonna blow you all up, drop your weapons or whatever, drop the flamethrower. You know I'll do it. And he's I like the makeup on him. He looks all frozen and stuff.
Yeah.
This beard and shit. Yeah. And I think after that, that's when they all gather, and that's when they start the test. You get everybody's blood samples, right?
Yeah,
Who's the first one they test?
it's because they were fighting. Remember, he comes in with the homie, and then they knock over one of the guys, and he falls into the shed thing. He's like, he's not breathing. And like, all right, bring him in.
oh, he has a heart attack. Yeah, that's interesting.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
When the thing
So-
assimilates, it takes on like whatever weaknesses the host itself has.
So after that, they're like, all right, come on, let's do it. Bring the defibrillator here. He's like, okay. So they go, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, and he clears them with boom. We're gonna do it again. And he goes, 1, 2. Oh, his whole hand goes inside his stomach. And then the big chomper goes,
Oh,
Starts chomping on them.
dude.
That's
He's
why I
like,
never
"Ah!"
did 3D.
Yeah, that thing freaked me out too. I remember. It just came out of nowhere with the stomach. Oof.
Everyone's like, what's going on? And all of a sudden, his head just pops out of his stomach. It's like what's it called? Las Plagas.
Mm.
How you feel about that scene? Was it scary?
Oh yeah, it reminded me of from Alien, right? When the thing bust out of the chest of the guy.
Bust, yeah.
Great. Wonder if they did that as an homage to Alien.
That was later though.
No, Alien was before it.
No, yeah, Alien came out.
Oh, Alien
70.
earlier. My bad. I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah.
So yeah, so of course they like bring the flamethrower, man. They love those flamethrowers, man. So they bring the flamethrower. All of a sudden, his head plops off. He goes,
Oh my god, that was a great scene. Just see it slowly just
and you
drip.
see like separating from it. And then after that, you see it sprout heads. Spiders from his. The spiders. It's spider legs from his head.
Look how it's like all of them, and they're just like,
Yeah,
You
then
just
they
see
all
him just
turn. They're
slink
all
by.
like,
He's like,
what the fuck?
you're like, you gotta be fucking kidding me right now. It's like, light him up, light him up, light him
Light
up.
'em up.
So that freaked me out, dude. It brought me memories of it. You know, when what's his name? Who died? Who cut himself?
Oh,
Remember?
the Jewish kid.
Yeah.
I forgot his name.
That's episode 1, right?
No, episode 2.
Oh yeah.
Episode 2, they come back to the kid that are meant to. He killed himself as when he's older.
Oh, that's right.
El payaso eso.
That was sad, man.
Mhm.
Oh, what year that came out of? The first one.
Tim Curry and the It.
It.
Uh, good question, man. But I do not know.
Hi, Georgie. He just sounds like such an alcoholic,
Hey,
like a
Georgie.
Bostonian drunk at 2 a.m. Hey, you want to float down here? Freaking love that Pennywise.
So so everybody's like panicking and stuff. Like, what the hell's going on? So one of the dog lover guy has a little what's called little blade to get like a doctor blade thing,
Scalpel.
a scalpel. And then he tries to take McBrady from behind. He's like, "All right, nobody move. I'm gonna shoot you."
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, "No." She's like, "All right." So he comes, he goes, and then bah, right in the forehead. He's done. Everybody's starting in shock. He's like, "Tie him up and put him in a fucking chair. I'm not playing with you guys no more."
That's to reference back to It. It came out in 1990, 8 years after the thing.
Wow.
All right, but go on.
Oh, that was an interesting fact. Like, you could tell how many people pull from old material.
Yeah.
So yeah, so he sits everybody down. He's like, "All right, I want to play blood sample trivia." So like, "Come on, man, you could trust me." So with the same scalpel, that's nasty, man. I go into the thumb, like, I cringed to that point. I couldn't see that point. I'm sorry, I'm squeamish. Now I became squeamish, man. I can see blood like that. So he pours the blood in the little tester thing, and then he's heating up the blood, the needle. It was like a little cable, right, with the heat gun.
It's a wire.
Yeah.
So he's like, if it's like it wants to protect itself, it'll do something. So the first one was not Childs, it was someone else, right? Windows? No. The black kid, right?
It was Windows. 'cause he's
Knowles.
the one he says first.
Oh, okay. So he goes, "Psh, see, man, I told you I'm good." He's like, "All right, you pass." And then it's crazy how tedious it is. It has to go one by one, heating up that thing. So it builds up the tension and the discomfort, and everybody's like, "Get out of here! Like, let me go. I'm not the real one," you know.
I'm not
And
the
he's like,
one.
"You're not an alien, but you may have diabetes. You should get checked."
You have cancer.
It's a whole long blood test.
So he goes obviously down the line, clear after clear after clear, until we hit one. It's like he's talking to it, like, let me test the blood of the one who got shot. And he's like, "Watch, our previous guy, he was the alien." He hits it, and then nothing
Nope.
happens. And he goes, "You're a murderer."
Yeah, straight up. You just murdered him. Yep.
Yep.
Just moving on.
And he does the other one, and nothing happens too. He's like, "See, we're okay." And then he hits the last one. We're close to the last one. And he goes, "You see, ah!" The blood sample explodes in his face.
I think it was Palmer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Palmer. He starts like shaking and stuff. in
He's
the
like,
chair.
"Ah!"
That's
That
why he's
is
not playing for the
then,
Bengals.
then his eye bubbles over like a, what's it called? Beetlejuice. His hair is all floofy,
Beetlejuice.
crazy looking thing. It was like, "Get me out of here. Get me out." I'm like, "Get him out. Get him out." And then when he gets him out, he's like, "No, help me." And then he picks one up, right? And he dumps him in his head like this. So he's wearing him like a hat. Yeah.
I think it was, yeah, who did he grab? Was it Windows?
I'm sorry, man. I wasn't good with the
I'm pretty
names.
sure it was.
I think it was Windows,
He
yeah.
was free at that point.
Yeah, yeah, Windows.
It was crazy, man. How he grabbed him. That thing freaked me out. See, I had him upside down like this, like,
Yeah.
and he was wearing him like a hat. And it was like, "Burn him, burn him." But he managed to spit him out, right? Like he fell down to the ground.
Yeah, yeah, he did. spit him out.
Ejected.
Ejected.
And then this guy, man, that's something should get paid a lot, man. He's getting burned scene after scene. So he breaks out, I guess, out of the igloo. Of course, he doesn't get far because he has torch, light them up.
Yeah, hashtag light them up. Wow.
And then Rick shows up and he's like, "Hey, only the bad memories. Those are the real people." And that's how they tell who the thing is.
So after that, all the violence happened. They burned the guy outside, and then I don't know if the guy was still alive, but they end up torching him in anyways.
That just
It
looks
was.
weird.
I'm
It looked like it.
okay. Then after that, it fades to black, and they're walking outside to the tool shed guy to get him out of there. Like, all right, whatever, we gotta test his blood to see if it's okay. But when they reach there, they manage that the guy's not there, and they find a hole. So they go underneath and under the tunnel system, and they find a handmade kind of spaceship thingy.
Oh yeah.
Was trying to fly me to the moon.
Blair's been busy. I think that was a line, something like that.
How the hell did he dig that hole?
Well, it already existed. That's where he hit his porno.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where he saw his golden nuggets. Golden nuggets.
The OnlyFans. Yeah.
Way back before, man, you had to get magazines, VHSs, and whatever else.
Then after you hear the famous song, dum, 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 the low bass song,
Mm-hmm.
boom, 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 boom. I felt about the music, the tension that it built for you guys with the music, and then do a freaking cutaway.
It was very classic.
It was like a 2-note low bass, I think it was.
That little water thing. It was very like cliche horror, but it existed before the cliche, so it like set the precedent.
Yeah.
So all of us, after all that, what's it called? McBrady throws a TNT into the hole. He blows it up, and when he did that, all the lights went out. And then that's when they found out, like, McGrady is explaining to everyone, like, the thing wants to freeze and escape. That's only to escape. And then he got out later on. So, I mean, so the crew decides it's time for them to remodel and start blowing everything up.
Molotov. You get a Molotov. And you get a Molotov.
And then it turned out that it was actually Walt Disney's underground cryo lab.
Of course.
Oh.
Damn.
He was the real thing all along.
You think he's alive?
Oh, he's
They
dead.
blew him up.
He's dead. Mhm.
So they're blowing up the tractors, the labs, the things that are things on top of things. They're trying to keep it warm for the thing won't be able to run away, you know? So they're like, oh, we got to go to the generators. That's crazy, man. They start blowing up everything. They're like, if we don't leave here, it's going to get negative 100%. What's that, negative 100 degrees here?
It's suicide. I believe that was the line.
It's suicide. What we're going to do? Like, we got to survive somehow.
But then they says, yeah, you can't let it get to the general population.
Yeah.
So they knew what their mission
It
was.
dies with us.
Can you imagine if it did escape? Probably
Maybe.
look like
There you go. Next movie.
So they started looking for it. They're setting up traps, and yeah, so it's fine. They're setting up traps like TNT. They're gonna blow up the generators more.
And a plate that says free thing seed.
So they're underground, and then James, I think it's James, right? He's possessed by the doc that was in the touche is possessed by that thing. Dude, that freaking kill when he goes like this, he's like, "What are you doing?"
Oh, hands in the face. Oh yeah.
Oh, it's
That
just
was-
jamming it in there.
Yeah, strong forearms, man. You're working out.
Dude, and then he drags him off with the fingers still in the face. Just like, God almighty.
But he didn't wash his hands either.
COVID.
Put the monkey pops all over him.
Yeah.
That disturbed me, you know, and then it stretched and it pulled his face. And then after that, like McGrady's like, hello? Because he was the crew, all of a sudden there's no more crew. It's like, hello guys, where you at? And then you hear the thing just start rumbling, like, but he's sending detonation, and I guess the dog or whatever it reaches under, it gets the detonation, puts it under and eats it, and it goes poof. And then comes the final boss. The final mutation, the dog human monster hybrid thing. Like had a dog here, had a face here.
Resident Evil, man.
I know. That's where it had the inspiration right there.
Yeah.
I feel about the final kill. He's like, roar. He roars, right? And he goes, F you, and he throws the dynamite.
Yeah, I thought his line could have been. I was trying to think. What okay, how about throwing the question to everybody here? What would your final line be?
I got a thing for you.
There it is. There it is.
I think that's perfect. That's
yeah,
perfect.
there
That's
it
perfect.
is. There. Got a thing for you.
And then he goes,
Mine would
He
have
puts
been.
his hat on. He puts his cowboy hat on, or whatever that hat is. Yeah, yeah.
Mine would have been eat this, absorb this. How about you, cousin Neil? What would it have been?
What was popular? 80s? What was popular? Not Cowabunga yet, right? No, it's not. Cowabunga.
I'll be back.
I'll be back. He does come back. I like what Hitman said. That was a pretty good one. Got a thing for you.
He'd be like, "What? You got me something? It's my birthday."
Yeah.
All
Oh,
right.
Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day.
yeah.
So it blows up. You see McGrady is walking out, and then you see Childs come from behind, and then he's like, "Where the hell has been Childs all this time?"
Oh well, they show him wandering off,
And he runs
then-
away.
I think he was trying to follow Blair. He was trying to find Blair.
Yeah. And then when he talks, he's like, "Yeah, I saw the lights go out or whatever. I was trying to figure shit out. I was trying to recover my 2 gigabyte hard drive."
So yeah, you know, Childs and McGrady is like, you know what? How about we go somewhere else? Like, how about we rest for a little bit? He's like, I could drink to that. So they drink, pass the drinks, have a little camp. The campsite is on fire. And yeah, then those are the only two that survive.
Although for that moment, I thought McGrady. I thought I was gonna flame him. Child.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a second, right? Yeah.
Yeah, for a second.
Yeah, could have gone either way.
Yeah.
I like how they ended it with that tension.
Yeah.
So now back to the thing we was saying earlier. So if the game is continuity, Mr. John, what's his name? John Carpenter said at the end of the game, not to spoilers, Childs died and Mr. McGrady survives. You see the search party. They see the search party save him.
Oh, they say
But-
how he died? He just
froze to death.
froze to death? Oh, okay.
But they make 2 more comics in which both of them are saved. And then eventually this whole U.S. Navy camp ends up getting taken over. And then it contaminates Childs. And then eventually Childs gets killed. It was a much more interesting storyline. I went down the rabbit.
Oh, wow.
Hey, let's go.
Wow.
Yeah. It was really cool. I had to know what happened.
Eventually,
Okay.
it comes back. It always comes back for you.
So
That's
yeah,
messed
guys, that was the thing. How your overall thoughts on the ending and the whole effects and everything? Sorry with
I
the
love
Hitman.
It
Oh,
was
prop.
great for its time. You know, it's funny. I always watch those old movies, and I'm like, do people really think that's what guns sounded like? Do they not have guns? I don't know. Just all the sound isn't. It's just so silly, but it's like
was it?
you know, technology is what it was. But yeah, I mean, you could tell like they were the heavy hitters, the VFX team, and they did some really fun things with it. And the ending, like I said, and like I liked leaving it kind of on a cliffhanger, even though I immediately had to look up what happened after. It was interesting at the time to see where it led off. You know,
I enjoyed the tension of the music. You know that it brought into it. There was no flashbacks or flash forwards or whatnot. It was a nice, steady pace movie. You know, and it was when the lights went out. You're like because you keeping track of everybody. Like you know the game of the cup with the ball and shit. You're keeping your eye on them. So all of a sudden the lights go off and it. Which one is where you're like, what happened here? And you see the madness ensues, so you're keeping, you know, and it does it again. It keeps shuffling the deck, so you'll be like, you're like, what's going on here? Like I thought you had your finger on everybody, and all of a sudden it just flips on you. So when that happened with the stomach, like it was really shockingly surprised for me. I was like, really? He got him?
yeah.
You're like, you never seen it coming, you know?
Well, I mean,
The
that dude
whole
straight up was like, I don't know, he died, and then the thing was like, all right, no, I'll bail on this.
I'll play along. And also the durability of the final boss. That was I thought it would be more, you know what I'm saying? More of a struggle to defeat somebody like that.
It would have been more of a hassle, you know, real life, especially how.
And there's only one of those alien things, or is it more than one?
I don't know, man. All the things I've tackled, it's only taken like a few strokes.
So that's another question too. Is like how many of those alien things were in that pod or whatnot? It was the same one, just absorbing another one to
Very
another one.
interesting.
Or is it like parasitics that are just
And then, what would the world be like if everybody gets consumed? by
Probably
the thing?
better.
And we're all like one mind, right? We're all the same.
What was that, dude? It was in Peacemaker. Remember where they're like, "Oh, we're all gonna like
Oh
assimilate."
yeah, pretty
I was
much.
like,
Right?
you know what? Kind of agree.
Would we all?
that's where I disagreed right there.
Would we all look like each other? Would we all just look like one person, or would we even look like a person anymore?
It'd be dogs walking the
Yeah,
road.
we'd all be dogs, maybe, or
It'd be dogs.
that. Yeah, that's the question. The thing's original look. What is it? We don't know.
That's
Yeah.
true, man.
Yeah, props to Stan Winston and his company for doing the creatures and the effects and all that stuff.
Fun
Yeah.
Very
fact.
interesting.
Yeah, fun fact. Remember the scene where the body was the one with the stomach.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, they were in there with the real flamethrower,
Whoa!
and then I guess they didn't secure one of the lines, and it was leaking gas.
Oh my!
So when when it went to go light it up, it went poof. You know when you freaking have a gas a grill, and you put the gas up, and you hit the spark igniter,
Right.
it went boof.
Somebody
Luckily,
lost their eyebrows.
everybody was okay, but the model that the guy designed, like it went up in flames, so he couldn't save
Oh
it anymore.
really? Oh,
He lost
that
his job, yeah.
sucks.
He lost his work.
That sucks.
Oh, damn.
So like, oh shit, man. I mean, there's no testers in the room. I guess it was scintillating and went boof.
I mean, at least I got to film it though. This is more authentic that way.
Am I missing an eyebrow?
Camera wasn't on. Can we do it again?
Is
Like,
my
sure, let me
eyebrow
regrow my
okay?
hair. God almighty. Well, yeah, that was the thing.
A thing.
Nothing.
What is Ben Graham said? It's clobbering time.
It's clobbering time.
I like to see that. So, guys, what's coming up next week? Is it back to form?
Are we doing retrospection or are we doing?
I think it's time to get back in shape and tackle She-Hulk.
Okay.
She-Hulk or there's nothing else coming out until September, so I think that's our best move right now.
Let's watch what we can before Daddy Mouse cranks up the prices again.
We got House of
Oh, that
Dragon.
shit.
We got House of Dragon coming and Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, but man, it's gonna be. Yeah, I don't know. We're recapping. Want to recap House of Dragon?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm down.
Well, I mean, if everybody else is a fan. I mean,
Hey man, I'd rather review House of Pies.
House of Pies.
Me personally.
International House of Pies. We'll figure it out, guys. So we'll bring the funny and the content to you. You know,
No,
from
sorry,
us.
I ain't got room for that in this booth. This booth is too small for the funny. You guys can bring it. I can't. I'm sorry.
Sorry, our this discussion was all over the place, but it's in your face like the UFO. It went. I was like, whoa. That was E.T.'s drunk uncle. He just swerved out of control.
Blair's been busy.
You know what? I came up with this fun backstory to Predator. You know how Alien. You know how E.T. comes and there's eggs everywhere.
Mhm.
He was the one who laid the face huggers.
Was it E.T.?
It was E.T. He's like, oh, he's cute and cuddly, motherfucker. He's the
I
one
mean,
planning
he
the.
does have pretty strong, big, buff thighs, right?
So he's the one who was pushing him out, the face huggers, and he's leaving the Predator behind.
Living
Or we could do that one. We could do Prey.
Speaking of Predator, yeah, did you guys watch Prey?
No, have that chance to see Prey.
Just me? Am I the only one?
I've
Yes, so
seen
far,
it.
yes.
Prey. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
So we could do Prey, or we could do because I know it's the She-Hulk is gonna drop on that Thursday, so I'm like, ugh.
That's the sequel to Eat, Pray, Love, right?
Of course, yes. No, prequel to Eat.
Prequel.
Oh. So the one before that was Eat, and
Yes.
then the third one was Love.
Yeah.
The other ones Get Out.
Prey. By the way, I only watched the movie in the Comanche version. I saw a little preview of the English version. I was like, ooh, I'm glad I didn't watch the English version.
Comanche version? Indian?
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
language.
Yeah, their language. Well,
You have to be reading it?
the subtitles, yeah. Well, no, they have two versions. They have their normal versions where they're speaking English, but they sound like perfect American accents.
Oh, okay.
But
Oh,
you turn
no.
the Comanche on. What they filmed it once, so what they had to do is they just had to dub the Comanche over it. So to me, it felt better. it's weird listening
Wait,
to
so
them
it's
with American
dubbed
accent.
Comanche, and the original movie was in English.
Yeah.
Okay.
My guess is the actors some of them probably didn't know Comanche, so that's a guess.
Cool. Also, too, guys, we're gonna review Dragon Ball Superheroes
Ooh,
for our anime corner.
anime. I
That
just
comes out
saw.
on the 19th, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I finally watched Belle, on HBO Max.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I was
animated movie. It's the Japanese version of Beauty and the Beast with like a modern twist type of thing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Does it have 3 godmothers?
But I don't think there was godmothers in
that's
Beauty
not-
and the Beast.
Oh.
And Cinderella.
Oh, my bad. I'm getting my princess tutus in a knot.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, we have a Rolodex of things to review, but when we know, you'll know. We're doing She-Hulk. She-Hulk, all right.
Behold.
Good talk.
Wow.
You see the posters with the character posters? With
That's
the
that what? Ain't it
copy?
1-800 number on it?
No, it just showed like a bunch of the characters. Looks fun. Looks fun. They're inspired by Ally McBeal.
Yeah. I was reading that too. And also, it has a little continuity because we got Wand. So, either it breaks, it continues from Shang-Chi on, or it continues for, what's it called? Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness.
Mhm.
Or it just doesn't continue anything and we're stuck back to no connective tissue yet.
We'll see.
So we got Morph roughly, so it should be okay. Hopefully we get more action than we did with Ms. Marvel and Moon Knight and blacking out and shit. So hopefully, we get back to form and when the other shows, House Dragons or whatnot, we just do a quick high and buy review type, right, guys?
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
And once we finish watching Resident Evil, I haven't. You guys watched it? Finished it?
Wait. We're talking about the Resident Evil show.
Yeah.
Oh,
No. I'm talking about have you guys finished it?
The show. No, I haven't.
No.
I
Me
gave
neither.
up. I gave up.
yeah, I gave up on
Maybe
it.
not. We'll
Yeah,
when we
no.
get to it. We'll give you our final thoughts on it.
In a year
Maybe
from
down the road.
now. Mhm.
So yeah, we're gonna release our holiday special movie reviews.
Ooh.
So we're probably gonna do, like I said, the night before Christmas sing along. This is Halloween. Halloween.
There it was, everybody.
In our town, we call home. Everybody gets to the Thompson song.
Leave
Oh,
them wanting more.
Something like that. So look forward to that and then every other review. Guys, plug your stuff.
Keep watching Hitman and
The
the Zombie.
Hitman and the Zombie Show.
Hitman and the Zombie Show. There
See,
it
man,
is.
this is what we're all about.
I live and breathe Hitman and the Zombie.
Your one-stop shop for horror, anime, and occasionally porno.
Yeah.
Whoa,
frequently.
nothing. You classify Attack on Titan like porno, but yeah.
Yeah, the porno part. That's not true. I take that back.
Somebody's
Awkward.
snagging. But anyways, sound like a monster. They have a cow back there. For base, Cousin Neo and the world-renowned Star Fox player, the Hitman. I am Alien Zombie. This is and has been the Hitman and the Shambi Show. Formerly known as Around the Marvel World Podcast. For obvious reasons, we changed our name because we cannot market Marvel. So, with that being said, till next time, much love and take care of each other.